Hi, I'm Anastasia Babenko, the owner and formulator of Luxury Cosmetics, the skincare line which was established in Vancouver, Canada. Currently, you probably know that we put our manufacturing and selling on hold due to our relocation to the United States. And when all papers will be done, I would definitely announce our reopening. Right now, I am not selling anything, but rather I wanted to share my expertise as a formulator, as a cosmetic chemist with you. And this is my very first video in the channel Formula Beauty. So congratulations to me. Skincare is a big world which embraces chemistry, biology, and marketing. And if you are really eager to immerse yourself to that ocean, you will probably feel overwhelmed almost immediately because there are so much misinformation in the internet. So even for professionals, it's very hard to separate wheat from chaff. The main thing the people concerned about is safety. And yes, that's important. But how to decide what is safe and what is not? I see so much panic, so much fear-mongering in internet about this topic, safety of cosmetics. So I thought that, yes, I want to talk about it. First of all, I want to assure you that all ingredients, or how we call it raw materials, are carefully regulated by the government authorities. Sufficient studies, including toxicology profiles, have been done before the ingredients came to the market and allowed to be used in cosmetics. So why some people still believe that certain ingredients are dangerous? I may guess that some people may refer to the wrong documents. For example, certificates of analysis or safety data sheets. These documentation are needed for us, for cosmetic chemists, who are working with bulks of the raw materials, with pure forms of the raw materials. And yes, in that pure forms, some materials might be corrosive, might be irritating, might be dangerous. But it has nothing to do with how the ingredient performs in the final formula, in the cream which we are applying on our skin. For example, very popular preservative phenoxyethanol is irritating when used in pure form, but how we use it in final formula? Up to 1%, so usually less than 1%, and this is absolutely safe. Another possible reason of that fear-mongering is bad sourcing. Where do you gather your information from? Who are your experts? Do you refer to the primary documents, or do you refer to the opinions of the commentators who comment on other commentators, which is a very common case actually? They say that beauty in the eyes of the beholder. I can say everything. Beauty, fear, beliefs in the eyes of the beholder. If someone, for example, believes that ingredient like PEG, polyethylene glycol, is cancerogenic, she may find plenty information in the internet supporting that. And sadly, I see a lot of professionals and licensed estheticians who do poor research and provide their customers with false information about ingredients. I can give you some examples. I already mentioned PEG. You can find this abbreviation in your inky name of your product. Polyethylene glycol. In past, it was manufactured via ethoxylation, and it comes with residues of 1,4-dioxane. 1,4-dioxane is a dangerous material, and it's prohibited in any amount in cosmetic use. And now we use method which purifies, which makes polyethylene glycol without that residues. And it's absolutely safe to use in skincare. PEG is great conditioning agent. It's increased mildness of the formula, and it might be used as a surfactant. So it's combining water and oil together to create emulsion. And again, it's safe. There are plenty of information in the internet which look like scientific resources, and they are not. I will give you another example, paraben. In late 90s, there was one research done which implies that paraben cause breast tissue. And this particular study blows up internet and people started to refuse buying products with paraben. But there were several flaws with that particular study. Firstly, they didn't investigate where the paraben came to the breast tissue. They just made an assumption that if deodorant applied on the arm and underarm is in close proximity to the breast tissue, so it comes from deodorant. But no studies to be done. And secondly, they did not investigate healthy breast tissue, how much parabens found in healthy breast tissue. So we cannot compare these two studies because they have not been done. Later on, it was found that we consume much more parabens from food rather than from skincare. And recently, quite a sufficient studies be done by different government agencies from different countries to prove or disprove safety of parabens. And they clearly stated that amount of parabens used in cosmetics, even from multiple applications, from cumulative total from multiple applications, is far below the amount which we consume with food and far below any safety issue. I wish you to make your own wise, well-informed decision about your skincare. How to make that decision? I don't advise you to use pseudoscientific data in the internet. I advise you to use primary sources, which we professionals in that field rely on, such as FDA, TGA, Therapeutic Goods Administration, Canada Health, COZINC, it's a European committee. It's a great source about different ingredients used in cosmetics and their regulatory limits. Different countries, different rules. You may ask what happens if limits are different. Among us cosmetic chemists, there is a rule. If there is a certain limit in one part of the world for an ingredient, we use that limit, even if it's not required by the region, to ensure consumer safety. That's almost everything I wanted to tell you today. And in conclusion, I wanted to say again that all ingredients that are now allowed to be used in skincare have sufficient studies behind to prove their safety. Not one study, not two studies, different studies, different countries, different independent agencies. And if the ingredient allowed to use in skincare, it's allowed to use in skincare within certain limits, regulatory limits, not in 100% pure form, of course. I'm just sometimes, asked about if this product is dangerous, which is on the shelf because it contains certain ingredient. I'm asking, in what percentage, in what form, in what formula? So again, we cosmetic manufacturers, we are working within regulatory limits and we provide you with safe skincare. If you have questions, if you have comments, please comment and I will be happy to answer you. And enjoy your safe skincare.